Hey Gemini, hey Gemini, hey Gemini, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle here, and I have a general reading for the month of July. The last reading they were moon love readings to cover the moon cycles, and this is a general reading for the month. For those of you readers out there of you who are readers, I'm going to explain that I'll be using this deck, which is the Lenormand. It's called the Lenormand Mystical deck, and I'll be spreading a mini Grand Tableau, which is the inner circle of a 36 card Grand Tableau. Okay. And each position on the spread, in the spread, has a meaning. So let's see what's in store for you, Gemini, for the month of July. Spirit, tell me what's in store for Gemini for the month of July. What's in store for you for the month of July? And I'll show you these cards. Okay, so the first card we have is the Cross. Then we have the Rider, the Child, the Snake, the Dog, oops, a runaway card, the Lilies, the Stars, and the Heart. Then we have the Lady, the Man, right next to each other. Then we have the Moon. Wow. 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 Clover. And our last line is the Key, the Mice, the Scythe, and the Fish. I know that the month of July has 31 days, but I'm going to consider 4 weeks, give or take a day on either way, and talk about first the weeks and then different areas of your life in July. Well, the first week is having to do with the beginning of very important conversation, very important communication, I meant to say. Very important communication is coming your way. And for many, it will not be a good news, but it will be insidious news. For others, it will be information, it will be communication that has to do with a development, a change in your life. And many people might think that the change is not warranted or not welcome. But also, it's a time when there is extreme trust between you and other people, and especially a small group of people or one person in particular. Now, the second week here, this trust is the extension of a sense of maturity that you have, Gemini. And you are guided. Your heart guides you to feel this trust for them. Not only the way you communicate with them is full of mature feelings, because lately there has been a bit of misconstrual communication that just didn't hit home. Just 2 people or 3 people not understanding each other. Now, Gemini, the third week has you really close to someone, a companion, a very close person in love. And it's a very fortunate meeting. It's a very fortunate gathering. It is very, very strong this third week. You feel as though you are beginning something with them. And even if you have known them or have been with them for a long time, it doesn't matter. You get that impression and you're guided towards love. But This feeling may not be mutual, it seems, and one person seems to sort of put their boundaries up, so you may have to contend with that. Although you both know very strongly that it is important, it's an important relationship. The fourth week here has you dealing with difficulties, has you dealing with difficulties on the job, difficulties on your work and activity, with your work and activity. But the end of the month does talk to positive trends and success in your area of business or work or your activities. Now, matters of the heart towards the fourth week do take a turn, for it leaves a little spiral open for mistrust, but we can handle that because you are two people under a lucky star. And that goes well in the end. So there's a little bit of bump in the road in that relationship, but it is fulfilling in the end. And now I'm going to take the different areas of the spread. We have beginnings and endings. Well, there is definitely going to be an ending. There's going to be an ending in terms of a relationship with someone that could be family, friends, or someone you work with. It could also mean an ending of a beginning. One relationship has to end in order for you to make new friends, for example, never to speak to your best friend, and then a new friend comes along. So this is a sort of a beginning and end energy that does occur, and they are both. One isn't sad. The closing or the ending of something is not sad because it is expected. And the beginning is what brings sweetness to you during the month of July, Gemini. The surprises. You will be getting surprises in the month of July. I can tell you that for sure. And definite endings will be the idea that things are only beginning. Okay, so we said that there is a beginning, a new friendship, something opening. Okay, now here, this is different, this endings. These endings have to do with your, say, seeing someone that is a kinship relationship, is a family member. For example, someone accepts a job farther away and you won't be able to see their family, things like that. But I have it involving children, younger members of the family. Now, oral communication. Now, oral communication is a bit slippery for you this month. I would watch what I say and perhaps use a different form of communicating, like text messages or chats, because it would be best suited for this period of time. Then I have here a sense of trust for your coworkers, people who work with you. There is definitely a sense of trust. It seems as though you have all been through the ringer. You've all been through a lot, but you're very strong in terms of friendship, and the trust is strong. Now, your sense of security and safety, that has been long in coming, and it comes in July. All of a sudden, not only have you matured, Gemini, but this sense of security has made it. Well, you get it. It's sort of a reflective energy, because as you mature, then your sense of security comes. If we can say, it's like the chicken and the egg story. Then we have here guidance, and this is the most important aspect of the month. You will be receiving downloads from your guides. You will be able to ask your guides, this is the month. If you've had trouble communicating with them, you will have no doubt in what they are trying to communicate them. And the cards are telling you, look, Gemini, this is what you have to try to do. You have to concentrate on that, even if you haven't had luck in the past. Now, going home, the sense of home, home for you really is where the heart is. this return. You feel like you need to go back. If it's not a specific person, it is to a place you grew up in that would help you answer a lot of questions. Now, here, the public life here is represented by a female presence. What does that mean? That means that there may be a woman who could coaxes you into coming on board for a certain type of outreach program that will aim at extending yourself in the public, but look for a woman that will get you involved with that. Also, there will be obstacles because life is full of obstacles. And what kind of obstacles are they going to be? They're going to be male related. There will be a male around you, workplace, a family, partner, whatever, that will create obstacles. And I'll give you an example. You're definitely ready to purchase a car because your car has, just stopped running. And there's a disagreement between what type of car to get. I only have this amount of money. I want to get a second-hand car. Instead, on the other hand, he will say, no, it's going to leave you on the road, just like this one. So these nuisance types of sort of these kinds of obstacles. There also could be obstacles in terms of spirituality. They have a view of spirituality that is far different from yours. Even a very important person in your life, could be a family member or a coworker, a friend, has the same differences in opinion with you. And this is going to create some form of obstacle for you during the month of July. Now, we have here this area of decision making, and what it tells you, Gemini. Hands down, it says, Gemini, lead with your heart, make the decisions with your heart, and heed your heart. You cannot lose. You cannot really, really lose. Then there's an area that talks about problems, of course, nuisances, and those are they're different from obstacles. Obstacles prevent you from doing them. Nuisances are, a flat tire, but the car's still running. Okay, so here I have the message that you're going to be very lucky this month because the small stuff is non-existent for you in July, which is wonderful. Then I have here something hidden, and something hidden has to do with the focus of the month. For example, you're going to want to get messages from your guides. Remember, this is a month where you can get messages from your guides. And I just told you that is the go-to. They are the go-to for you. Your guides are the go-to people for the month of July. But then I have this message here that things will be still hidden from you, and that's going to be prominent in the month. Now, this is something I have to define, I have to explain. When the universe is not, when we are not meant to know something, no guide will reveal it to you, because you have to go through the motions and experience it emotionally. So that's what I mean by there will be things that you cannot find out. Then matters of written communication. And here, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini is where some, insidious business starts, because I did talk about that. For oral communication, the same goes for written communications. You can get yourself in a pickle. You can get yourself in trouble, put your foot in your mouth, both orally and in a written mode. So it would be best to avoid being ambiguous in your communication. Now, male influences in your life, you're going to Gemini sort of put them at bay. You're going to put up your boundaries in relation to males in your life, and I'm not talking about a partner. Remember, this is a more general reading, but males in general, you have this push to toward female energy, and why I say that is because females will be positively influencing you throughout the month in all domains, and particularly in the area of your livelihood, your work, your activity. That's undoubtedly the case. Um, Remember, it is a matter of speaking to your guides. Your guides want to speak to you. You have to you have to listen to them. Now I'm going to take the runes, mix them, and then cast them and see what comes up. All right, let's see. Let me turn them over, look at their positions, how they're placed on the spread in the casting, and we can start then now. We can start with this nameless, faceless rune called Weird, and definitely it is an undisclosed energy here. There's a faded influence here. There is usually with Gifu, and here is Gifu, it will be talking about love coming in, as if it were a new love, as if it were something you're not expecting. So let's put that up at the top. And look at the Merkstave runes, those runes that are upside down. Well, we have here Feihu, and Feihu is a rune that almost invariably talks to a fulfillment, romantic and or financial fulfillment. When it's in this position, you're going to have a bit of a tinge of insatisfaction in both of those realms. And why I say this is why you're going to be looking to a female for some form of help in terms of your work. And we just said that. Now we have Rido, and Rido is a rune of travel, of movement, of strength and energy. And it's Merkstave, though. And so it looks like, even though there may be a person on the horizon, someone new, it's not going to start up anything this month. And if you're interested in moving, this is not the time for that at all. Now, let's see. We have here 30 sats. We have 30 sats, and it is Merkstave in this position. And 30 sats is usually protection. It's usually luck. So here we have an open-ended situation, Gemini, where you have to rely on yourself. And it's, this is the rune with which this will work. For example, Awats is a rune which is a powerful ally. It's a protective rune. When Urus comes up, even if it's Merkstave, these together can tell you, look, you do have to go it alone, but the universe definitely has your back. Now, the yew tree, Algits. Algits is a very new fortunate influence coming your way. A very new fortunate energy coming your way in the form of also protection. This is, the word protection has come up 3 times in this casting, which is excellent, but in the form of friendship. You're going to be relying on friendships more. Now I have Urus, and Gemini, this is Merkstave, and Urus talks about strength and vital force. Unfortunately, in this position, it tells me that perhaps there may be a drop in your energy. You'll be feeling a lull. You'll be feeling more tired. This could be in this month of July. Then I have I have AWATS, and this talks, and this is also in the reversed position, just like Rido. And both of these are journeying rooms. So it looks like there won't be a move. You're not going anyplace. You will be sitting, standing, staying put where you are. And, but the development in terms of those things will be gradual in the future. Then we have Keynotes. Now, Keynotes is a really nice room. It's warm, its strength, its power. It was on its side. Now, this is a slightly weakened, because we talked about this reduced energy. There is protection, but there is reduced energy. And especially if you're being fearful, if there's something that frightens you and there's a low energy, you have to beware about that. We have here Perdro. Now, luckily, Perdro is a rune of magic. Perdro is a mystical rune, and it talks about hidden secrets. And you remember that there would be things that would not be coming up, especially if you when and if you contact your guides, because they want to communicate with you. You will be reminded that not everything will surface. Now, Pedro also talks about surprises. Secrets emerge, but the hidden secrets, those more of an occult nature, they will not emerge. Interesting. Now we have Diag, and Diag is a rune of increase and growth. This is the rune that alleviates delays, and we haven't seen delays, so this is good. No delays and increased growth. Very good, Gemini. I do hope this was of interest to you. Right underneath the video, something about your story, something about what's going on with you. It's always nice to exchange our stories because it helps, especially in this time that most people are locked down. Bye-bye and be back soon.